Hi, my name is James Kaufman. I'm a professor of educational psychology at the NEAG School of Education, and I study creativity. And one of the things that I love about creativity is that there's always a way to go deeper and explore more about what it means. And when I first wrote Creativity 101, I thought I'd covered as much as I could. And then when I revisited it, and did the new version, second edition, Creativity 101, I kept kind of going, and I'm sure I've missed enough for another 5 editions. But talking about creativity and intelligence, usually the assumption is that they're kind of related. Some people talk about a threshold hypothesis. In other words, creativity and intelligence are related up to a certain point, usually about a 120 IQ, and then it becomes scatter. But then other people have been arguing that's not true. The thing I find fascinating is that people tend to measure intelligence using a concept called G, or in other words, general intelligence. And as a result, they tend to use a very small little measure of IQ. And yet, there are a lot of theories of intelligence. There's Bob Sternberg's multiple intelligence. Howard Gardner's multiple intelligences and Bob Sternberg's triarchic theory, or theory of successful intelligence. And there's the PASS model by J.P. Das, Jack Naglieri, based on Luria's work. The one that's probably the most used in IQ testing is the CHC theory, Cattell, Horn, Carroll. And the H is for John Horn, who is my undergraduate advisor. When people study creativity and intelligence using the CHC model, they usually just look at crystallized, which is acquired knowledge, and fluid intelligence, which is novel problem solving. You might think that problem solving would be the most associated with creativity, and certainly there is a link. But in a model, they put creativity under something called GLR, which is a very not particularly fun acronym for long-term memory. The logic being is that when you're creative, it means you're diving back into your memory, taking out the right thing, and applying it to an interesting situation. And yet people hadn't really been testing that. So with one of my students, Maria Avatia, we looked at this GLR along with some other of the CHC factors, and sure enough, this long-term retrieval actually was more associated with things like drawing a picture, writing a story, and there's still a lot more work to be done. But imagine if you're thinking about creativity and intelligence as being these two things that are connected. But if intelligence is this, and we know creativity is this, the story's not quite as easy as we thought.